I believe that we have to go to a non-negotiated price, totally online, transparent, 100% pickup and delivery model.
The Ford CEO has just dropped a bombshell. They are shutting down every single Ford dealership across the country. This is a massive shakeup in the automotive industry that will have far-reaching consequences. This bold decision raises a lot of questions. What will happen to the thousands of dealership employees who will lose their jobs? How will customers get their vehicles serviced and maintained without local Ford repair shops? And what made them make this bold decision? What's happening? For a long time now, Ford's huge network of local dealerships has been the heart and soul of its sales approach. These physical showrooms, with their warm and inviting atmosphere, have offered customers something truly special. This setup hasn't just sold cars, it's built relationships and solidified Ford's status as a brand you can trust. But here's the twist. Things are starting to change. As Ford navigates some pretty significant challenges, the importance of these dealerships is becoming a bit murky and is definitely up for debate. So what's really happening? But before we dive in, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Drastic decline. It's no secret that the Blue Oval has been facing some serious headwinds lately, and the financial challenges they're navigating are enough to make even the most seasoned gearheads head spin. Let's start with the sales front, shall we? The company's wholesale volumes for the second quarter of 2024 may have ticked up by a mere 3%, but that revenue increase of 7% to a cool $26.7 billion tells a different story. The message is clear. Ford's growth simply isn't keeping pace with the demands and expectations of today's discerning auto buyers. And speaking of expectations, the transition to electric vehicles has been anything but a smooth ride for Ford. Their Model E division, the one focused on those battery-powered beauties, reported a whopping $1.1 billion in operating loss in quarter two. Apparently, they're even losing a staggering $36,000 on each electric vehicle sold. Talk about a tough road ahead. And let's not forget the financial woes plaguing the company. Despite a respectable $36,000 in adjusted earnings before interest and taxes for quarter two, Ford's profitability has taken a beating thanks to increased warranty reserves and quality control issues. Yep, those pesky recalls and quality improvements are draining the company's resources like a thirsty road hog. Now you're probably asking, how the heck did Ford end up in this mess? And what does it have to do with shutting down the dealership? Well, there are three reasons behind it. Let me break it down for you. Market shift. It's no secret that the world has changed drastically over the past few years. The COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted just about every aspect of our lives, and the automotive industry is no exception. Gone are the days of leisurely strolling through car dealerships, kicking the tires, and haggling with salespeople. Nowadays, more and more consumers are opting for the convenience and flexibility of online car shopping. Think about it. When was the last time you actually enjoyed the car buying experience? The endless back and forth negotiations, the pressure to make a decision on the spot, the feeling of constantly being one-upped by the salesperson. It's enough to make anyone's head spin. And with the rise of virtual tours, online test drives, and seamless delivery options, it's no wonder that traditional dealerships are struggling to keep up. But this shift in consumer behavior didn't happen overnight. Even before the pandemic, there were rumblings of a gradual decline in the demand for traditional sales methods. The new generation has been leading the charge when it comes to embracing digital solutions. These tech-savvy generations have grown up with the internet, and they're simply not willing to settle for the same old song and dance when it comes to buying a car. Think about it. When was the last time you actually enjoyed the car buying experience? The endless back and forth negotiations, the pressure to make a decision on the spot, the feeling of constantly being one-upped by the salesperson. It's enough to make anyone's head spin. And with the rise of virtual tours, online test drives, and seamless delivery options, it's no wonder that traditional dealerships are struggling to keep up. What's driving this change, you ask? Well, it's a combination of factors, really. For starters, the convenience and flexibility of online shopping have become increasingly appealing to consumers. Why waste your time and energy haggling with a salesperson when you can research and purchase a car from the comfort of your own home? And with the ability to browse a wider selection of vehicles and compare prices with just a few clicks, it's no wonder that more and more people are turning to the internet. And let's not forget about the impact of digital marketing and social media. These platforms platforms have given car brands and dealerships a new way to reach and engage with potential customers. From virtual test drives to personalized recommendations, the online experience has become increasingly sophisticated and tailored to individual needs. So what does all of this mean for the future of the automotive industry? Well, it's safe to say that the days of the traditional car buying experience are numbered. Dealerships that fail to adapt and embrace digital solutions will likely find themselves struggling to stay afloat. Meanwhile, those who are able to seamlessly blend the online and offline worlds will be the ones to come out on top. The price of prestige. The latest data paints a concerning picture. The average transaction price for a Ford vehicle has skyrocketed to a staggering $48,000 as of 2023. That's a massive jump compared to the industry average of around $45,000. This growing price sensitivity is really playing a major role in consumers' buying decisions. In fact, a whopping 60% of potential Ford buyers are willing to pay a premium for more eco-friendly options. But here's the kicker. Many of them view Ford's electric vehicle lineup as being on the pricier side when compared to competitors like Tesla and Chevrolet. These other brands have really stepped up their game, offering models that are much more wallet-friendly. Take the Chevy Bolt electric vehicle for instance. It starts at just $26,500, making it a much more manageable choice for those who are keeping a close eye on their budgets. If Ford doesn't adjust their pricing strategy soon, they could easily lose market share to these more affordable alternatives. But the troubles don't stop there for the Blue Oval. Turns out they're not only making overpriced cars, but also ones that tend to break down quite easily. Quality concerns have seriously shaken consumer confidence in the Ford brand. In 2023 alone, the company had to deal with over 20 major recalls affecting hundreds of thousands of vehicles due to a variety of issues like engine failures and safety problems. And the numbers don't lie. According to the American Customer Satisfaction Index, Ford's satisfaction score was a measly 77 out of 100 in 2024. While that shows a small improvement from previous years, it's still way behind industry titans like Toyota and Honda, which consistently score above 80. To make matters worse, surveys indicate that a whopping 46% of Ford dealers don't even trust the franchise's ability to turn a profit in the future. Talk about a red flag. And let's not forget about the technological challenges Ford has been facing. They've definitely made strides in equipping their vehicles with fancy infotainment systems and driver assistance tech. However, the flip side is that many consumers find these features overly complicated. In fact, a recent survey revealed that a staggering 42% of respondents felt completely overwhelmed by the tech in their cars, particularly when it came to the user interface and connectivity issues. This level of complexity can be a real turnoff for potential buyers who are just looking for something simple and intuitive. But the woes don't end there. Ford's push into the electric vehicle market has brought about a whole new set of technological concerns, like worries about battery life and the availability of charging stations. In fact, a whopping 70% of consumers expressed apprehension about whether they'd be able to find charging points during longer road trips. That's a valid concern that could seriously deter those who are considering making the switch to electric. That's a lot to take in, isn't it? But the bottom line is this: Ford has some serious work to do if they want to regain the trust and confidence of their customers. From overpriced and unreliable vehicles to tech that leaves consumers feeling overwhelmed, the brand has some major hurdles to overcome, which leads us to the second reason: the electric vehicle revolution. Change is rarely easy, and when it comes to the automotive industry's shift towards electric vehicles, the road has been anything but smooth. Despite Ford's significant investments in developing cutting-edge electric vehicle technology, the company has faced a frustratingly slow pace of consumer adoption. And it's not just Ford. The entire industry is grappling with a range of obstacles that are slowing the transition to a greener, more sustainable future on the road. One of the biggest hurdles for automakers like Ford is changing the deeply ingrained perceptions and habits of car buyers. For decades, the internal combustion engine has reigned supreme, with drivers accustomed to the satisfying rumble of a gas-powered engine and the convenience of quick fill-ups at the pump. Convincing these consumers to make the switch to a quieter, battery-powered ride isn't as simple as it might seem. Many potential electric vehicle buyers are still grappling with concerns over range anxiety, charging times, and the overall cost of ownership. The fear of being stranded with a dead battery or spending hours waiting for a recharge is enough to keep some shoppers firmly in the fossil fuel camp. And while the sticker price of electric vehicles is steadily coming down, the upfront costs can still be a major deterrent, especially for budget-conscious buyers. Overcoming these deep-seated mindsets and misconceptions requires a multifaceted approach. Automakers need to double down on education, highlighting the impressive performance, low maintenance, and long-term cost savings of modern electric vehicles. Collaborative efforts between manufacturers, charging infrastructure providers, and governments can also help alleviate range and charging anxieties through strategic investments in a robust, user-friendly charging network. While consumers may be the ultimate decision makers, the role of car dealerships in the electric vehicle revolution shouldn't be overlooked. And here the challenge is twofold. Dealership sales staff often lack the knowledge and confidence to effectively sell and service electric vehicles, while the dealers themselves are wary of investing in the necessary infrastructure. Historically, car dealerships have built their business models around the sales and servicing of internal combustion engine vehicles. The prospect of overhauling their facilities, training their technicians, and investing in specialized electric vehicle charging equipment is a daunting and expensive proposition. And with the future of electric vehicle adoption still somewhat uncertain, many dealers are understandably hesitant to take the plunge. Automakers like Ford are working to address this challenge by providing robust training programs and financial incentives to encourage dealers to embrace the electric future. By empowering sales staff with in-depth electric vehicle knowledge and offering support for infrastructure upgrades, the hope is to transform dealerships into enthusiastic champions of electric mobility. Dealership dilemma. Let's address the elephant in the room, the ominous implications of Ford's CEO Jim Farley's recent comments. What exactly does this mean for the good old dealerships we've all come to know? Well, it boils down to two key factors: financial viability and market consolidation. On the financial front, the writing's on the wall. If these dealers can't figure out how to adapt their business models to the electric vehicle revolution, they're staring down the barrel of some serious financial woes. And we all know what that means: dealership closures galore. And as for the market consolidation angle, it's a classic case of survival of the fittest. Only the dealers who can truly embrace the electric vehicle transition and transform their operations accordingly will live to see another day. The rest, well, let's just say they might as well start updating their LinkedIn profiles. Now, let's talk about the dealer sentiment. It's a mixed bag, to say the least. On one hand, you've got the folks who are downright terrified of becoming extinct, like the last remaining woolly mammoth in the herd. They're clinging to their gas-guzzling inventory, hoping against hope that the electric vehicle wave will just blow over. On the other hand, you've got the dealers who are actually eager to make the leap into the electric age. But here's the catch: they're desperately seeking more support from Ford. And can you blame them? Transitioning an entire business model is no easy feat, especially when you're talking about something as revolutionary as electric vehicles. These dealers want the training, the resources, the know-how, anything to give them a fighting chance. So what's Ford's plan then? Ford is on an exciting journey as it shifts gears towards a direct-to-consumer sales model. This move isn't just a random strategy, it's a response to a bigger wave in the retail world. Nowadays, consumers are more inclined to shop online, seeking out seamless digital experiences rather than the traditional in-person dealership visits. With this exciting transition, Ford is looking to streamline the process for purchasing electric vehicles, perfectly aligning with the changing behaviors and preferences of today's shoppers. So what does this all entail? Ford isn't just making a few tweaks here and there. They're funneling considerable investments into enhancing their online platforms. That means beefing up their website and mobile applications to make them as user-friendly and engaging as possible. Imagine being able to explore the entire lineup of Ford vehicles, customize them to your heart's content, and even schedule a test drive, all from your couch. This isn't just about convenience, it's about syncing up with what modern consumers expect. After all, who really wants to trudge down to a dealership when all the action can happen online? Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of what Ford's revamped online sales strategy looks like. First off, they've made access to comprehensive vehicle information a top priority. Gone are the days of vague details and half-hearted representations. Customers can now get in-depth specifications, pricing, and real-time availability for all Ford models. Whether you're eyeing that sleek Mustang or a capable F-150, you'll have all the necessary information right at your fingertips. But it doesn't just stop at being informative. Ford has really nailed the customization experience as well. They know that today's buyers want their vehicles to reflect their personal style, so they've created a system where users can pick and choose from various colors, features, and packages. Want a cherry red SUV with leather interiors and a sunroof? You got it. This level of personalization ensures that every customer feels like their vehicle is truly their own, even before they've made the purchase. One of the standout features of Ford's online strategy strategy is the introduction of virtual showrooms. These aren't your run-of-the-mill flat images either. Ford has infused immersive technologies like augmented reality into the mix. Picture this. You can see how that sporty new car would look sitting in your driveway, or how it would fit into your garage space, all through your phone or tablet screen. It's an interactive experience that redefines how potential customers can visualize their purchases. Now let's talk about the process of checking out. We've all experienced that feeling of dread when it comes to the dreaded hidden fees that pop up at the last minute. Ford is aiming to eliminate that pain point by streamlining its checkout process. The online platform is designed to be as clear as possible, showcasing transparent pricing with no unexpected costs sneaking in. It's all about building trust with the consumer and creating a positive purchasing experience. But wait, why is this shift towards direct-to-consumer so critical for Ford? Think about it. The automotive landscape is evolving rapidly with the rise of electric vehicles. Consumers are more informed and want to be part of the conversation regarding their purchases. By embracing a direct-to-consumer model, Ford is positioning itself at the forefront of this transformation. They are not just selling cars, they're building relationships with their customers. They want to know what you think, how you feel about their vehicles, and what you expect from them. It's about creating a dialogue that fosters brand loyalty and customer satisfaction. Moreover, this new strategy allows Ford to capture valuable insights into consumer behavior. With the wealth of data collected through online interactions, Ford can tailor marketing strategies and product offerings to better align with customer preferences. Imagine getting a personalized recommendation based on your previous searches or purchase behaviors. Not only does this enhance the consumer experience, but it also provides Ford with feedback that can inform future innovations. But how does Ford's direct-to-consumer model stack up against the competition? Well, let's just say they're not alone in this quest. Other automotive companies are making similar moves, but Ford is bringing a unique formula to the table. They're blending technology with a customer-centric approach, showcasing their commitment to adapting to modern consumers' needs. It's all about staying relevant in an industry that's experiencing rapid changes in consumer dynamics. Leveraging data analytics. In a fiercely competitive automotive landscape, Ford is at the forefront of an innovation-driven revolution, leveraging data analytics as a formidable weapon in its direct-to-consumer strategy. This isn't just about selling cars. This is a masterclass in how to deeply engage customers and sculpt marketing strategies that resonate on a personal level. Imagine the power of being able to sift through mountains of consumer data, transforming raw statistics into invaluable insights. Ford is not simply throwing darts in the dark, it is honing its aim with staggering precision. Through painstaking analysis of consumer behavior, preferences, and trends, Ford can craft messaging and offers that are not just appealing, but astonishingly relevant to each individual. This approach isn't merely data-driven, it's a revolution in marketing tactics that invites customers into a realm of personalization where they feel seen and understood. Ford's relentless pursuit of improved customer insights means that every interaction is a treasure trove of data, feeding back into a cycle of continuous refinement. Each click, each purchase, and each piece of feedback contributes to an ever-evolving understanding of what drivers really want. This knowledge fuels innovation, allowing Ford to not only adapt its vehicle offerings, but also to sharpen its marketing strategies to such a degree that they cut through the noise of the marketplace. In essence, Ford's direct-to-consumer strategy is more than a savvy business maneuver, it's a bold declaration of intent. It declares that Ford understands the complexities of its consumers and is committed to evolving with them as the automotive industry shifts. With new players entering the fray and consumer preferences shifting rapidly, Ford isn't just keeping up, it's setting the pace, crafting a narrative grounded in data that's as compelling as the vehicles it produces. And the question remains, with such a powerful arsenal at its disposal, how will Ford continue to redefine the standards of automotive consumer engagement in the years to come? Integration with dealerships. As Ford forges ahead into the digital sales frontier, it refuses to abandon its vital dealership network. In a world where online transactions dominate, Ford is charting a daring course, one that intertwines dealerships with the online buying experience in a dynamic partnership. This is not merely a shift, it's a bold reimagining of how vehicles are sold in the modern age. What does this mean for dealerships? Their roles are transforming, evolving from mere intermediaries to essential players in an intricate dance of consumer engagement. Picture this: dealerships will become the cornerstone of personalized service. Imagine a world where customers aren't just clicking buy online, they're stepping into a realm of first-hand experiences. They will be empowered to view and test drive vehicles in person, exploring every detail and nuance of their potential new ride before they seal the deal with a final purchase online. Let's delve deeper into the critical role that dealerships will continue to play. They won't simply fade into the background after the sale. They will remain integral as service providers. From the moment a customer commits to their new vehicle, dealerships will ensure a seamless transition, managing vehicle delivery with precision and care. But their commitment doesn't stop there. After-sales service is where they truly shine, offering unwavering support and guidance throughout the entire ownership journey. This relationship isn't just transactional, it's foundational, ensuring that every customer feels valued and supported long after the initial sale. Ford's vision of collaboration is not merely an operational overhaul, it's a profound statement about the future of automotive sales. As the company navigates the complexities of an evolving marketplace, it is building bridges between digital innovation and the trusted, time-honored experience of dealership interaction. This model promises to keep the pulse of personalized service alive, striking a balance between cutting-edge technology and the deeply rooted tradition of face-to-face customer care. Economic impact. Ford's move doesn't merely impact Ford's employees on the ground, it sends ripples through a web of related industries and local economies. For smaller towns, where these dealerships often act as economic lifelines, the stakes couldn't be higher. Sales staff have nurtured relationships with customers, turning everyday folks into loyal buyers. They now find themselves out of a job simply because the online sales model has rendered their traditional roles almost obsolete. Service technicians, those expert mechanics and advisors specializing in Ford vehicles, are also left in a lurch. With no dealerships to support them, they will be forced to scramble for positions at independent repair shops or other automotive service centers, drastically shifting the employment landscape. And let's not forget the administrative roles: finance managers, customer service reps, and other vital positions that ensure dealerships run smoothly. Each closure means a corresponding loss of jobs that directly support dealership operations. But here's where it gets really wild. The fallout doesn't stop at Ford dealerships. It extends into related industries, cascading like a line of dominoes. Consider the parts suppliers that dealerships depend on. These companies, which provide essential components for vehicle maintenance and repairs, will likely see a sharp decline in orders. That translates to layoffs as they struggle to cope with the dramatic reduction in business. Service providers, those firms marketing, financing, and insuring dealerships, will also be on the front lines of this economic shift, facing dwindling demand for their services. The ramifications aren't just economic, they hit hard at the heart of local communities. Ford dealerships often function as vital economic hubs, particularly in rural and suburban areas. The loss of these establishments translates into fewer employment opportunities, pushing unemployment rates higher and reducing disposable income. This in turn creates a chain reaction, crippling local economies even further. Moreover, dealerships provide significant contributions to local tax revenues through various related activities: property taxes, sales taxes on vehicle purchases. Their closures can deprive local governments of vital funding, straining budgets that support essential services like schools and infrastructure. But the impacts run deeper than the numbers on a balance sheet. The social fabric of these communities is at stake too. Dealerships engage with their neighborhoods through sponsorship, events, and charitable contributions, creating a sense of belonging and cohesion. Without them, the community spirit could suffer significantly, leaving a void in local initiatives that uplift and connect people. So how do you feel about the future of car buying in an increasingly digital world? Let us know your thoughts in the comment below.